Police made out of the Inslee community. On your screen are the illegal items that the Vice Narcotics Unit seized. More than 4 pounds of marijuana, half a pound of cocaine.
Birmingham, a citywide blitz. Multiple addresses stormed simultaneously in a lightning strike. A sprawling criminal network that had been operating brazenly across the city for months, colonizing former pubs, disused nightclubs and residential streets in Hockley, Aston and Edgbaston, was finally shattered in a single morning. 33 individuals slammed into custody, cannabis plants seized by the thousands, cash stuffed into vacuum-packed bags, crammed into wardrobes, hidden inside protein shake containers and piled high under beds, money-counting machines whirring in rooms with zero legitimate business, gold jewelry bought outright from Selfridges with dirty cash, now seized and catalogued as criminal assets. And beneath it all, a sophisticated financial trail snaking through property purchases, fake company registrations, and a fleet of taxicab drivers ferrying both trafficked migrants and cannabis between sites, exposing an organised crime machine that had been hiding in plain sight across Britain's second city for years. £8 million in assets ripped open, a ruthless cannabis empire stretching across 8 properties in the Midlands, the North West and beyond, some staffed not by workers, but by trafficked migrants trapped with no escape, forced to toil in these hellholes. This is the kind of operation that usually gets a single dry paragraph and a list of charges. Nobody tells you who's really pulling the strings, where the rivers of money are flowing, or how many more networks like this are still thriving in the same city right now. That's exactly why British Front Media exists. Subscribe now. Because what follows is the complete, unfiltered picture. Reason number 1. A Vietnamese national running Birmingham's cannabis empire was jailed just last year after NCA surveillance caught him parking his Bentley Continental outside a farm disguised as a building site. This case sets the template for everything that follows. Roman Le, a 37-year-old Vietnamese national from Birmingham who presented himself to the world as a property developer, ran a network of at least 8 cannabis farms in residential and commercial properties across the Midlands, North West, and North Lincolnshire. Scaffolding went up around some buildings to make them look like genuine renovation projects. A disused nightclub in Coventry was converted into a 3-floor cannabis factory containing 1,500 plants worth over £1 million. A former pub in Hockley, Birmingham, the Old Queen's Head, was producing cannabis staffed by 6 Albanian nationals arrested on site. A money-counting machine was found at a lockup in Aston. NCA surveillance watched Le park his Bentley outside the Coventry nightclub, the same building his operation was using to grow millions of pounds worth of drugs, and head inside. He was jailed for 6 years and 2 months at Birmingham Crown Court in July 2025. His co-conspirators received sentences of over 6 years between them. The NCA's own senior investigating officer stated plainly what drove the whole enterprise. Migrants, brought to the UK illegally, were forced to work in the farms to pay off the debt they owed for their crossing. The cannabis operation and the people smuggling operation were not separate crimes. They were the same business model. Reason number 2, a second NC. A investigation produced sentences totaling nearly 80 years, including 15 years for a gang leader who trafficked Vietnamese workers and forced them to cultivate cannabis across Birmingham and beyond. The Lay network was one prosecution. Running parallel to it, investigated simultaneously, sentenced at the same Birmingham Crown Court on the same day, was a second organised crime group whose reach was even wider. Nguyen Van Thiep, a Vietnamese national, led a conspiracy involving farms found in Tipton, Coventry, Edgbaston, Derby, Hartlepool, East Ham and Gatley in Cheshire. 2 Birmingham taxi drivers, Shamraiz Akhtar and Tasawwur Hussain, both 50, were paid hundreds of pounds a time to move migrants between properties and transport cannabis equipment between sites. A middleman, Amjad Nawaz, 44 from Birmingham, brokered workers, property deals and cannabis sales on behalf of the gang. The jury heard from witness Zeh, a Vietnamese national who arrived by boat in November 2020 and was immediately placed into debt bondage, forced to work in grow sites with no ability to leave. Nguyen was jailed for 15 years. Din got 14. Combined, the 6 defendants received sentences totaling nearly 80 years at Birmingham Crown Court in July 2025. 2 organised crime groups, 2 sets of convictions, 1 city, 1 courtroom, one morning of sentencing, and an NCA branch commander who confirmed the link between every cannabis farm and the people forced to work inside it. Organised immigration crime and cannabis cultivation are often closely linked, with people illegally in the UK frequently exploited and put to work in this trade, or forced to pay off the debt for their journey to get here. Reason number 3. A separate NCA cannabis and cocaine raid on Birmingham in 2024 found Albanian nationals with £51,450 in cash, hidden in a protein shake container, under a bed, and in a dressing room, alongside Selfridges receipts showing luxury goods purchased in cash. This is how the money from a cannabis network looks once it moves away from the farms and into a residential address. Albanian nationals Christian Leshi and Julijana Trimi were arrested at an address in Birmingham following an NCA operation that found 7 kilograms of vacuum-packed cannabis in their loft, 2 kilograms more on the landing, and £51,450 in cash concealed across multiple locations throughout the house, in a wallet in the dressing room, in the bedside table, in a protein shake container, in a wardrobe, and under a bed in the second bedroom. Gold jewellery, designer handbags, and shoes were also seized. Investigators then checked the purchase history and found Selfridges receipts showing all of it had been bought in cash. A second NCA operation at another address in Dudley, linked to the same network, found a cannabis farm with plants worth £78,000. The same NCA sweep found a suspected stash house on Warstone Lane, Birmingham, containing approximately 2 kilograms of cocaine. The connected address on Cornbrook Road had yielded an Albanian man arrested on suspicion of cannabis cultivation, money laundering, and conspiracy to supply Class B drugs, with £50,000 in cash and 20 kilograms of heroin in the loft. Heroin, in the same operation as cannabis, in the same city. The NCA's own assessment is clear. These are not siloed drug markets. They are converged criminal economies. Reason number 4. West Midlands Police shut down 418 drug lines in a single year, jailing 89 dealers for a combined 545 years and recovering nearly £500,000 under the Proceeds of Crime Act. The scale of drug supply running through Birmingham is not measured in single raids. It is measured in the annual accounting of West Midlands Police's County Lines Task Force. Between April 2025 and March 2026, the task force shut down 418 drug lines, made hundreds of arrests, recovered a haul of weapons, seized hundreds of thousands of pounds in cash, and put 89 criminals behind bars for a combined total of over 545 years in prison. The Proceeds of Crime Act was used to claw back almost £500,000 in criminal cash, money stripped directly from the networks before it could be recycled into the next shipment. One line alone, the Frankie line, operating across Birmingham city centre, Balsall Heath, Moseley and Selly Oak, had a phone that received over 81,000 calls, made 28,000 outgoing calls, and sent and received 25,000 text messages in just over a year. A drug supply line run like a telecommunications business, with shift workers, restocking schedules, and promotional marketing. In one documented case, the Foxy line, a WhatsApp group of over 2,000 people was used to advertise cocaine across Birmingham and Solihull, with photos showing delivery cars and pickup locations. 5 men jailed. A drug safe house in the Jewellery Quarter, producing a ledger of names and debts alongside a card reading machine. The same infrastructure, the same city, a different postcode. Reason number 5. A single week of county lines intensification in March 2026 produced 163 arrests, 18 kilograms of heroin, 5 kilograms of crack and cocaine, 5 firearms, 78 zombie knives and machetes, and safeguarded 34 adults and 67 young people from exploitation. This is what 1 week of concentrated enforcement looks like across the West Midlands. In March 2026, West Midlands Police's County Lines Intensification Week produced 163 arrests, seized over 5 kilograms of crack cocaine and cocaine, more than 18 kilograms of heroin, and more than 380 cannabis plants. 5 firearms recovered, 78 weapons including zombie knives and machetes, 12 vehicles suspected of involvement in drug lines seized, £56,000 in cash taken off the streets. And simultaneously, because the drugs economy and the exploitation economy are always the same operation, 34 adults and 67 young people safeguarded from exploitation, with a 50% increase in adult male safeguarding compared to the equivalent week in 2025. Those 67 young people safeguarded in a single week are the human cost behind every arrested drug dealer and every seized phone. County lines networks do not employ willing adults. They groom, coerce, and in many cases enslave the most vulnerable people they can find, children and adults with mental health issues or addiction, to run the physical risk of drug delivery while the people running the line collect the money from a safe distance. Reason number 6. Birmingham Airport was used to import £13.8 million in cannabis, 510 kilograms packed into 22 suitcases on a single flight from Thailand, and the organising network was operating out of Luton. The Birmingham cannabis empire does not just grow locally, it imports globally. In August 2024, Border Force at Birmingham Airport seized 510 kilograms of cannabis, packed into 22 separate suitcases, from passengers who had flown in from Thailand via Paris. The street value of that single shipment was £13.8 million. 11 air passengers arrested. 6 men subsequently charged as the organising network, operating out of the Marsh Farm area of Luton, were identified and taken down in coordinated NCA raids in October 2024. 6 men charged as part of the NCA's investigation appeared before Birmingham Crown Court and faced conspiracy to import cannabis charges. A regional supply chain connecting Thailand to Birmingham via a Paris transit hub, organised by a criminal network that used ordinary travellers as mules and viewed the arrest and imprisonment of its couriers as an acceptable operational cost. The 33 arrested this morning are the latest in a chain of operations that has been dismantling Birmingham's drug mafia piece by piece. One address, one farm, one ledger at a time. The question is not whether the raids work. The question is whether the architecture being dismantled can be rebuilt faster than it is being taken apart. Subscribe to British Front Media.